My name is Ruth Jenkinson and I'm a advertising and lifestyle photographer. My job entails shooting still images across advertising, design and publishing work, so below and above the line photography. I've worked for companies with books attached to them, such as Ideal Home. I've worked direct for companies like Waitrose, Aviva, British Midlands Airport. But yes, that gives you a broad spectrum, different advertising agencies and design groups. I studied photography at college. By choice, I didn't do a degree. I was offered a degree course, but I went on a vocational course instead so that I could learn how to be a photographer, not write about photography. And then I worked as an assistant for photographers in the trade, which is by far the best way to do it and the most viable thing to do. No, I still worked as an assistant to 2 or 3 photographers that I had a good relationship with. So I earned some money doing that. I waitressed at night and I paid for everything I needed that way. I needed to ask for an overdraft to operate within my cash flow initially, but that was carefully monitored by the bank at the time. We kept it low and I just managed to get it all to start working. I work irregularly, in that sometimes I can work 5 days a week, sometimes I don't work any days a week. Sometimes you can get quite long jobs, and sometimes it's just, but it's just one single or 2 or 3 day jobs. So you have to look at your work annually, I always find, over the years, and so you have busy years or slower years, average years or slow years, but that's how you have to stand back and look at it. And I source work occasionally by cold calling, but I try not to do that. I generally hope to get work through word of mouth. Well, there isn't really a union, so to speak, for stills, but there is a body, AFAT, which is a body for Associated for Fashion and Advertising Photographers, which you can go to for copyright issues or to find out about certain things. But they've had their ups and downs over the years, and I've never felt the need or necessity to be a member of that body. The most important thing to remember is that you're taking pictures for your client, not for yourself. So if you don't like what they want you to do, it's best to say it at the beginning of the job and don't do it. Or if you take on the job, you give the client what they want. You don't take pictures that you want. You can put your influence onto the pictures because they've obviously booked you for your style or your capability. But there's no point sending a client at the end of the shoot a set of images that aren't going to please them. The best thing is that you have total control over yourself and your own time, and you can accept or refuse jobs depending on your workload and how you feel and whether you like the jobs or not. So you have complete control over who you work for, if you can afford to. And the worst thing is you have to get used to not having a steady wage and be prepared to have good times and bad times. Be prepared to work hard. Don't think it's an easy ride. It's very competitive, so you really have to be prepared to work very hard. And but there's huge enjoyment, so I would say it's worth doing. It's a terrific trade to be in. It's been a fantastic trade for me all the years. And be also prepared to never make social engagements or know that you can do things. You have to be prepared to suddenly be working late, suddenly not getting home, missing parties, missing stuff that you otherwise think you'd like to be involved in. And if you have work, you have to do your work, and that's it.